There's no way you know George Lucas. Really, you play Stormtrooper number 400. Yeah, whatever you say, Joanna. Hi guys, welcome back to No Pun Included. How's everyone doing? Sabrina, how you been doing?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm good. She helping me in the board. You're gonna see all the chaos going on with me and my head. So it's been a week for me. It's been a few weeks. I've been trying to get people on. They've been too shy to come on, which is understandable. Artists, programmers, always like the shyest people to come on to. They make the most amazing things, but they can't personally show themselves out over here. It's like kind of like a cat and mouse game with them. You gotta find the right time for them to call on and show themselves out to the world of what they are and how they work their mindset. But for today, I'm gonna talk about my story of my life, about my time in Brazil. And since this month should be Carnival, but it's been canceled due to COVID. Yeah, COVID sucks. Ruins the whole year for us, honestly. But I remember a time in Brazil where it's a dangerous but beautiful place. Like, fortunately, there's been like a lot of violence and corruption going on, but it's still a wonderful, beautiful place to go to. The landscape, the view is beautiful, the food is delicious, and the community is stronger than ever. If you like, everyone knows everyone in Brazil. Like, I know my family knows people in the neighborhood and it's grocery stores everywhere. So, it's like if people want to like go to it, go to see Brazil, like go see the capital, go see Rio de Janeiro, go see every place. But I've never spent most of my childhood back in like to see my family and other people there. I remember spending most of the time playing video games and watching like TV and such, which my mom always didn't like. She always wanted me to go out, which I actually do. Like back in here in America, I'm always an introvert. I never want to go out. I barely want to see people. But in Brazil, I'm more outgoing and a bit more aggressive. Where like if someone like say stuff about me, I legitimately like hit them in the face with it. Hit them in the face. Like as a kid, I was like kind of more like angrier and more OCD. Like I wouldn't have anything on my hand. I wouldn't have anything dirty like on my clothes or anywhere. Yeah, but I remember like this one time in Brazil, like back in like teenage year, my cousin and I were just walking down the street like from a grocery store to get some things, and then this random guy and this kid came up to us. And it's like, give me your stuff, give me your money, give me your wallet, give me your watch. And then I was like thinking, there's no one around. You could fight them. I was thinking how me and my cousin could take them on because like a skinny dude and kid, like I'm sure we could take them on. But as soon as he see my cousin's face, he was petrified. He was scared. Just give him everything. And like places around the world, you might never know who's like hiding or being next to us and could get us at any moment or jump us. But we did what we did. We just gave him the stuff and just went our way. But my cousin told a different story to my family once we told him what happened. He said like he wanted to run away, but just want to leave me behind. But funny enough, my family didn't believe him because they know how he is. Man, I was thinking back then, it was like I did a lot of stuff in Brazil, especially like where my grandma and my family lives in Rio de Janeiro. And then it's funny story that actually funny part that my cousin said like he knew the guy somewhere too trying to rob us. He works at a grocery store near us. It's like what? So yeah, things are rough now. He's like, oh, even though things are rough, we try to always see the brighter things in life. Like me and my people and my family. Like my family's like quirky and weird people. We always need to be nice to people. Always show our weird side to people we trust, and because of that, like they others trying to gravitate towards us. 'Cause how we are kind of different from most people. We just do our own thing. Man, I miss those times where like we they're like in Brazil there's so many internet cafes and internet gamings we could just stay there and play games all day long on your computer or just PlayStation actually. I remember there was like um a place where you could play PS2 games like all day long, get pair like a price and boom, you're good to go. Yeah, gaming and anime is like a very big thing there. I remember just like catching up on everything I know from like my favorite shows, my like One Piece and Naruto in Brazil. Like further ahead than America, surprisingly enough. So I read everything. I spoiled myself about what happens after that. It was a good nostalgia memory. Well, like who doesn't love like going back, looking at what they did as a kid or what they did as when they were younger? It was a fun moment. Like there were a lot of bad moments, but can't help but look back. It's like, man, I did some crazy stuff like that, or it was pleasant like doing stuff like that. Uh, then as I grew up, my worldview began like changing for the better as I am now. But back then, I still like to have fun with other people and do everything. I still have a lot of issues. Back then, I my worldview was like black and white, with wildfires everywhere. It was like a chaotic mess for me, like my worldview. Like I was like unhappy, I was depressed, I was very sad. So making small choices was the hardest thing to do for me, but making bigger choices for me, it was easier to do because like it's still hard in its own way, but there's fewer choices in making the big moments. It's like two or three. Like making like choice like you could choose like you choose like big moments like one thing, another thing is like boom, I could do it. Like I just see how it goes. Consequences be either be good or bad. I just want to see how things will end like that. Like back in 2013, I moved to New York to figure my own stuff out. So I stayed with my dad and my stepmom. So like I didn't make it easy for them because like I didn't want to express myself too much. I get like so upset and angry about like everything. And like they was like trying to understand. Well, they tried their own way to understand me, but it's like up and down. But we still love each other. It was like I won't get in the light of day. Tell how I feel. But like I was like my own odyssey. I had to go odyssey like how I feel, what I do, how I want to do things in my life. I never just like going to school. It's like just riding through the motions of going to class, just doing for whatever of it. It was like, eh. It's like I don't think college is ever for me mostly because I went there because I feel like I have to. I didn't know what to do. I just like met people there, which I like loved them to death. But I still contact them here and there. Like it was like they helped me out go through a lot in New York. At least it wasn't for them, but I don't know where it would be. And I remember another thing I had to do to keep myself stable was watching like a lot of sitcoms, play a lot of games. It's like sitcoms like a big thing. Like you watch this because like you want to feel calm for after a long day or went through a lot of stuff. So like most of my time, my early days in New York, I just watch different kinds of sitcoms I like, I don't like. Like I watch Full House, which I try to give it a chance, and I do not like it. It seems so unreal. Like I know it's a sitcom, but it feels so fake and unreal. Like family getting together and solving their issues by the end. It feels weird, and then some character in the show feels so like it's very tedious to watch them how they go from here to there, and they seem kind of worse than a sitcom try to portray them to be. They either be lazy or freeloading. I just want to slap their faces. Like my God, like get like make the story move or become better with yourselves. Like so annoying, Full House. Like I cannot for the life of me just like watch it. It's like, and then been watching Family Matters, which I actually enjoy the show a lot. I actually like Urkel. Like he could be annoying, but I enjoy the humor the show try to portrays with him. So it became more like family. I try at first try to be like how family get through stuff and try to get together, try to move on with things. But then Urkel came along. It became like a comedy sci-fi, and Urkel just harassing the family a lot and causing their like, health and house insurance to go up a lot, which I understand. Like, I understand Urkel's the most popular character, and then sometimes when the family's angry at Urkel, they make it seem like they're in the wrong for being angry at him, even though he caused so much destruction and harm to the family. But even then, he's still a good kid, and I love his fashion. He dressed all nerdy and he's like nasally, but I love how he acts. He's like, goofy, smart, and he's just like, try to do his best to have fun with everyone. I just like him. He's like, make me laugh. And Wilson makes me laugh. I'm not sure it's Wilson or not, but the guy who's like not the brightest, but he could cook like no tomorrow. Like, But like, yeah, so I love the show. So I put that like on my like top five sitcom shows I love to watch. And then my favorite show like to watch which inspired me a lot some of my writing, Married with Children, like the raunchiest sitcom I ever watched. Like it's about a guy, the breadwinner who's working as a shoe salesman, a woman shoe salesman who's barely making enough with a family that doesn't appreciate him, and they barely have food in the house. But it's like a goofy, raunchy kind of sitcom. Like it's not like it's different. Like the guy, instead of like going having sex with his wife, actually go to a strip club, and the wife doesn't care for him that much, while the kid's like whatever towards him. But although, funny enough, even though they're like probably say the worst kind of people you will ever meet, they're like still love each other that amount, like in their own weird way. I remember like the main character Al Bundy, who's still like a jaded washout. Like he like the superstar in high school, but he got his knee injury and he had a shock on marriage to his wife currently. And they still like to bring up a football game. He had 4 touchdowns in one game, which he'll never let go because like that was honestly his peak, which is sad but funny. He keeps bringing out like every episode. And then every time he gets home from a long day, he always like put his hands in his pants. It's like, man, he's a crazy dude. Like he's like, even though he doesn't like his family as much, he's still like willing to support whatever as much he can and try to help them out. Although he's kind of selfish most of the time, though. But still, it's like shows like that make fun of everyone. Like makes fun of like genders, race, everything. But however, though, as Al Bundy, he was a sexist man. Although he's not a racist man. Like he support any guy who needs help. Although like say he has his own ulterior motives. Well, his wife's like spend all day in the couch and do nothing. Like just stay on the couch, do nothing all day, just eating bonbons and buying the things from the shopping network. Like it's weird back then. You had to call on the phone when you see something on, you just buy it. But on internet, you could buy it right away. Like, the show's very humorous. I just love the offensive humor of it. Like if this show was trying to be made for today, it would not survive. Like things were different back then. It's like boom, go nuts, man, have fun. It's like yeah. And then after that, I saw the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, which I thought it was great. The humor was great. The writing was awesome, and sometimes to break the fourth wall, which I love. And then Will Smith was like a phenomenal actor, which not saying much about it, but everyone else on the show was great too. Like I just love how the show also tackle on like heavy things on what subject had to do, like drugs, family issues. It was great, right, Joanne? Joanne, why you sound so squeaky? You have a deeper voice than that. A cold, you say? I told you not to go back in time during those World War eras. God, you're so weird sometimes. Man, don't you love sitcoms? It's just so like amusing about them. There's like the really bad ones, like Full House, Step by Step. They have the really good ones, like Fresh Prince and Married with Children. Like they know what to do. They have the humor there, and they have their own things to talk about. Really, how many children?
Countless.
Damn, you go, girl. You got more action than me at this point.
Yes, I was sent to teach you.
Hope you get your cold fixed. But yeah, like that's what happened to me back in New York. Like that's why I did like watch a lot of sitcom. Like I consider that era of 2013 like the darkest moments, but yet the most spiritual time I had. Because I actually like after I went through a lot of the issues I had, I figure out where I am in life and where I am on Earth, and how I want to deal with people. Like I didn't get along with my mom too much back then, but I understand where she comes from. She went through a lot of stuff to support me and my sister, which is not an easy thing for a parent to do, honestly. So I give her credit for that. She, helped me out and get me something I don't have. Well, she never had when she was a kid, and like she, she always supported me all the way through with my art, with school, and with even gaming. Which I remember back in Brazil and even some parts of back in my childhood in Florida, where she used to hide my Game Boy, so I had to try to find it so I could play it. It took me easy sometimes like 5-10 minutes to find it to almost an hour try to find where she hid the places. It's like hide and seek for it. Like I played so much of it back then. I mean, hey, I remember fondest memories playing games back then. It helped me out throughout the years. Yeah, sometimes I just miss those days, honestly. But I remember even got my little sister into Pokemon and Legend of Zelda. Yeah, in the future, like I might get her a Switch one day because I've never. My parents, like my dad, gave me a Game Boy Color with Pikachu, the Pikachu game with it. I never forget. I still have up to this very day. Oh no, I still wish I had my Game Boy Color to play in. But life goes on. You make what you get out of it. It's a long and tiring process, but it's still achievable. Get things what you want to do in life. Like I remember, like back then, like I just make stories, like weird, surreal stories, even like that's like really messed up and dark, also. But now I'm trying to make things lighthearted, even when I try to explore darker aspects of human nature and life. So make like humor in it, cause take some bad with the good and vice versa. Am I right, folks? Right, Joanne? Yeah, you're right. She doesn't want to talk to me anymore. She's weird. But yeah, it's like, so Joe, like, what do you think about life? Come on, it's not that bleak. I mean, yes, people are ridiculous, but that's like they're not stupid, just misguided. Okay, maybe they're weird too. Okay, now that's just rude, Joanna. You can't just say that on air. You can't say that word either. That's not right. My God, damn. Ugh. People, am I right, Sabrina?
Yes.
Gosh, sometimes you don't want to be so rude. You gotta be nice to people. I mean, I know some people deserve like a talk back to, but you can't say some stuff like that. Oh, Joanna, you make me laugh sometimes. But yeah, it's like, but still, like, looking back as a child, looking back as an adult was like a crazy fun era for me. Like, it was like tough for me how to like get myself sorted out. Like, even though people know me as a crazy, goofy dude, they still know me as like still be kind in a way and sarcastic, but be there for them whenever they want, like when they want help. Which like, yes, I'll help you. I'll be there and help you wherever you need. Like, if you show me kindness, I'll show you kindness back. Like, it's like trying to be my own hero in a way. Do something good so I could feel good about it and make some other people feel good about it too. It's like not bad. Like I can't do it too much because I remember showing kindness too much and it hits me like it's backfiring. But I'm like it's like to a fault with me. Oh no, now I'm learning how to say no, and it's like not letting people like take advantage of me as much. Although I tend to let people underestimate me. It's like it's always fun to let people underestimate you because you'll never know what you do next. It's always a fun part. Always get people into the dark about like doing something funny or pulling a prank on them or showing your skills but they never know you have. It's always fun doing that. you know, I never like. I know I talk about Brazil and New York a lot, but I can't help it. It's like times I live in back then. I remember like I cannot speak Portuguese for the life of me. Like I know a good amount of it of getting by, like saying like how much is food cost or where's the bathroom. That's like the most aspect I'll do with it. But I understand a lot more than I speak of it. Even though even though like my family tries to talk to me in Portuguese, which I always try to understand what they're trying to say through their body language, their tone, which most of the time I got through okay with it. Other times, like they caught on I did not understand, so they had to try to simplify it for me. But luckily, like I still try to get by understanding them, and they understand me and how I try to speak. Because saying my Portuguese is worse than my English. My English like broken sentences, like is there and then it just falls apart. It's like trying to find a word that you can't find, so you have to find something else to replace it with. Like sometimes I can't find a word for dollars. Like what does dollar? Like what else goes with dollar? Money. It's like so I had to try to put down in there carefully, like quickly in my sentence. It's like a weird conundrum for me. It's like my head is weird. Like I have trouble speaking, and you have trouble speaking my mind out. But I always have the but when I do it's funny. When I do it like with someone, do I talk to them one on one? It's easy for me to get through them, and it's easy for them to understand me. So when people don't like me at first, like either they don't like me at first or they like me right away. Depends on their mood, or depends on how I talk to them. Like I remember I had a friend named Caroline. Like she didn't like me at first because she thought I was like this weird, strange dude from a different galaxy far, far away. But then over the years, she got to know me. She really enjoyed like having me around and everything. She even invited me to one of her orchestra recital. It was like amazing to how to see her play. I never that summer we guys just like hung out most of the time. We ate a lot of food. I never go to like different bars and drink a lot of alcohol, which she drank on her table. For a small skinny girl, she could hold her own liquor, which I'm just like surprised. But it's always fun doing it with her. I remember those memories. And then I like sometimes like we go out to meet different people, which I'm like always trying to meet different people. So I try my best not to act too out of this world. But you know me, I can't for the life of me like hold on to that and just go like strange or say something strange. But each time they get to meet me, they like understand me and like me a bit more. And then I have this one friend who like I met her back in college, who she liked me right away. She understood where I come from, who she understand what I am. And she like didn't have no and she really likes me. She didn't like say she tolerate me or anything at first. She's like see me as like a brother, like a younger brother. So I like her. I put her like I don't talk to her as much, but I have fun with her though, talking like random stuff with her. So yeah, I love just meeting people who just like I vibe with. You know, it's like it's having fun with them. Like I remember like one time supposed to meet her in the club to have fun with, and then I saw the like back in City Place, and then the line was so long, so I couldn't. I hate staying in lines. That's one of the things I really don't like is just staying in lines, waiting hours to get in. And then it's like saying, forget it. So I brought my camera from my car and put my photographer hat, and I just talked to them. Bounce like, hey man, I gotta go inside. I gotta take photos of this DJ. And they're like, he just saw the way I look at my camera hand. It's like, all right, go in. It's like, yeah. It was cool, like, because my friends they always have this Peter Parker look down. So like I use that to my advantage. I just went in, and that's that. And no one's a wire. It's like I just hung out with my friends for like a good hour or so. Cause even though I got in a bit easier, I still don't like going to clubs. I just hate the noise, the ambiance, the vibe. It's just not for me. So I just left after like over hours, like goodbye, I'm too tired, gotta do something, see ya. But you know, it's always fun to have experiences like that, you know? Well, I guess that's all the time I have for now. I'm Vinny Alvis. This is my partner of the day, Joanna. Have a good night, everybody. Goodbye.
Well, sweet Mother Teresa on the hood of a Mercedes